What up, though? Ledge here. Chill with me. Got to give it up again, man. They were 2 for 2, man. Want to shout out URLTV, and Caffeine for putting together a really dope weekend. Kings versus Queens 2 was another successful event. Again, no slip ups, no chokes. Little slip up, my fault. It was a slip up. Minor. But no choking, real good performances, some standout performances, some really dope battles that'll probably be on my 2021 battle of the year. There's some candidates off of this weekend alone. Kings versus Queens 2 had some nice back and forth, but also had some body bags. Let's get right into it. Up first was Flames, First Lady Flames, going against JC. And in this matchup, like I said on my live stream, follow me on Caffeine, Top Tier Podcast. We live stream before and after the event. It's really fun. A lot of people show up and everybody has an opinion. It's really good to read them off. So, but yeah, I said that her first round, she was kind of slow playing it. She had some nice material, but nothing that was, to me, that was overly damaging. But Flames can write and Flames can rap. So it came off as a solid round. Like I would give it probably like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. JC first round was so fucking explosive, intentionally damaging, and just bombing. Like he was like, I'm like, you battling, and this is no shot, but like you're battling First Lady Flames, you're not battling Lux yet. Like he came across like he was battling one of them people. You know what I mean? So first round clearly went to him. I gave First Lady Flames a second by an edge. I thought she came out swinging and fighting for her life. I love her resiliency. That shit means a lot. Like when you go against these top-notch MCs and they hit you in the mouth out the gate, now you got to recover or it's going to be ugly. She recovered. JC round was solid. It wasn't as good as his first. Her round was much better than her first. I gave her that round. It came down to the third. Honestly, she had a dope round, but I felt like she kind of tailed off towards the end, whereas JC was just more consistent throughout the whole round. So I give him the battle. The votes on the poll on Caffeine gave him the battle, but I believe they gave him all 3 rounds. I disagree with that. I definitely had her getting that second, but that was a good battle, high replay value. Her stock isn't dropping. She showed that she's one of them. She one of them people, man. She can write, she can rap, and the mirror match with her and JC is just how confident they deliver their material. It's with a bit of wit. It's with a bit of like just overall confidence in their abilities, and is the conviction that they say it with. I'm saying this. Trust me. This is like how I'm feeling. So shout out to them too. Next matchup on this card was Loso versus Vixen the Assassin. I had this battle being battle of the night going into the battle and going into the card. It wasn't, but it was still a good battle because Loso. Y'all got to stop playing with his name. Y'all got to stop playing with Loso's name out here, man. Y'all got to. Respect it or get dealt with, man. His first was insane. Then his second was his second round and his third round versus JC is his best rounds ever to me. And I don't want to give away too much, but so of course, when you go against Vixen, you bring up her being mixed, the white side of her, the black side of her. But he was talking about how she kind of conveniently uses both. And the way he kind of picked at that angle was so clever, so genius, so on point, to the point where, like, everybody was giving up for him. The women, the men. He was on his game. I thought with Vixen, the first 2 rounds, well, the first round in particular, she started off kind of choppy trying to rebuttal, and it fucked her up. And you can't afford to be losing that much ground. And she did. She lost a lot of ground, but she picked it up during the first. But by then, she lost the first. Her second round was really, really good. It just, it was unfortunate that she wouldn't get one of Loso's best rounds ever. It was just so unfortunate. But her round was good, man. Her round was really good. She started being herself again in that second round. And then by the third was her best round, in which I got her winning that round. Loso had a strong round as well, but she had like all of her biggest punches, her heaviest haymakers came in that third. But by that time, it was too late. I had Loso 2-1. And so did the votes. The votes had it exactly like that. Rounds 1 and 2, and the third goes to Vixen. So the men are up 2-0. Here's where I disagree with the voting and the fan vote. And it comes in this battle. T-Top versus Coffee. I believe the polls gave every round to T-Top, or I might be mistaken. But they got hit. They had him winning. In a close battle, in my opinion, I had Coffee edging it. I gave her the first despite T-Top going second and having a strong first as well. That always tends to, like, if y'all both got strong rounds, it just seems like second nature for people to pick the last thing they heard from the person who went second. But from her walking out, taking off her mink or whatever that was, and a chinchilla, I don't know what that was, but she took it off just in a bra and came out. No flip of the coin, just was in his mug rapping. And I was like, oh. And I said this again, and I feel like I'm patting myself on the back. I need to stop. But I did mention that I felt like the way she was talking in the face-off let me know that she was going to have a strong first. I had her winning the first going into this battle just because of the way. You can tell when somebody's talking really confident in their material, it's mostly because, and pay attention to that. When you see somebody really talking that confident, it's because they trust that they're going to set a tone in that first round. And I felt like that was like a giveaway to me. And I was just like, it's going to come down to the next two rounds. Now, going into that, fire from T-Top. Don't want to take anything away from him. And he is one of the best anglers in battle rap. But it comes to a point in the third, because he got the second. I gave him the second round. I don't think her material was as strong as it should have been, but she was still good. But T-Top kind of just leveled up again to me in the second. So it comes down to the third. I had a 1-1 going to the third. Now, I don't care that T-Top's angle was untrue. And he had an angle about her, like, getting her kids taken away from her or something like that. Me, I understand this is entertainment. Like all the way back to Marv versus Verb talking about he worked at a store when Marv openly admits, like, man, you can call that store. They don't even know, Chaz Duncan and nothing like that. But because they know that it's for entertainment, and whether it's true or not, to me, if it's true, it adds more. But I don't deduct points for it not being like. So it wasn't that it was a fake angle. It was poorly executed, and it just didn't hit. I thought her third was really strong. And her performance was all around just better to me too. Like the way she utilized the cameras, knowing when to look in the cameras, knowing when to look at him, knowing when to close the distance and get in his face when she's saying some real direct shit. Like her pacing was good. Like she even started using different patterns in this battle. Like I can't lie, man. I had Coffee winning, but again, the votes went to T-Top, and that's how it was. It was pretty much 3-0. They already had the men winning the on the card, so they had to win all three battles. Then we get into I want to release the doves for Chaz Duncan, also known as A-Verb. Brother. Shit. I did not want to see you get bodied like that. That was painful to watch. Not because like I'm a Verb like stan or anything. That could have been Newborn. That could have been fucking Tone Montana, I would have been like, yo, someone throw the towel in. Miss Hustle destroyed Verb in every round, every single way. Sometimes it was her punching, sometimes it was a little angle she had on him, sometimes it was just her performance, sometimes it was just a direction. There was nothing really outside of his Showtime where he had a little line that was nice. Outside of the Showtime, he had nothing really to say. If y'all seen his IG live, if y'all seen him on Twitter or wherever talking about women, disrespecting women, if you seen the face off, all that was pretty much what his rounds consist of. And it was just lazy and uninspiring. It wasn't aggressive enough. It was just bad. It was bad. It was bad. Hustle was just more aggressive, more assertive. Bet was performing her ass off, was barking on him, man. I couldn't believe I sat there and watched it. He got to leave Harlem alone. Clips from Harlem, Shine is from Harlem, Hustle's from Harlem. He didn't win. He's gotten 90 by those Harlem people. Now, granted, he had people got him winning against Lux. He beat Swave, but man, you didn't win this one, and that is a fact. 3-0 body bag. I don't know if Verb got to get somebody that he's inspired to really go off on. I feel like he hasn't been really inspired to go against somebody that he felt was really nice, probably since Geechee. And I will say that's probably been his best performance of recent note. But that's already looking far, far away. It's looking further and further away as we like keep moving on month after month with new events. And yeah, man, it's back. I don't want to see Verb. I can't do it, man. I can't do it, man. That was bad. Shout out to Miss Hustle, man. She is a star, a queen of queens, URL first lady. People, we gotta acknowledge that too. She was on the platform way back. You know what I mean? So this isn't new to her, and she showed that. So that's how I'm calling that one. And then the main event was Rock versus Official, and Official won to me. By the way, the fans gave all 3 rounds to Miss Hustle. So moving on, I had Official beating Tay-Rock 2-1 in this one. And I switched my pick from O to Rock last minute, and I regret doing that. I just thought Rock was going to be inspired to really get into his bag. But at the same time, lyrically, man, I just feel like he's hit his ceiling. And I said this in the chat. I felt like once Rum came, because Rock was considered the gun bar king, and then Rum came and called himself the gun line king, and was just saying in gun bar, I'm about to say in gun barism, but in a gun bar scenario, he just says way more advanced and clever shit. So now you look at Rock shit, you just be like, it's kind of rudiment. Like his first round was solid. His second was okay. His third was probably his worst round ever. The whole third round is him just like trying to joke on her. You like an upside down pear. You something, and including the B word after every line. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. Like some of these dudes just don't know how to battle women. Like they felt like they take terrible approaches, and I felt like that third round was one of the worst rounds I've heard from a top tier MC, man, quite some time. Meanwhile, on the flip side, I felt like Official was just in her bag and she was very comfortable and confident. She said she learned from the Arsenal battle just about being on caffeine in that setting, projecting her voice, knowing not to be overly loud. And you could tell. Shout out to her on like doing her homework on herself and making the proper adjustments. A lot of MCs are stubborn and feel like they don't have to change shit. But she did, and it paid off with a clear win. I believe the votes gave it to her on that battle. But by then, like I said, it was already 3-0 Kings according to the votes. But I don't care about the fan votes. In my opinion, I felt like Coffee won, Official and Hustle won. I got it 3-2 Queens again because I felt like the Queens won the first time because I felt like Couture beat Clips, who choked in the first round and had a little stumble in the second. Like I feel like I penalize shit like that. So I got the Queens winning both Kings versus Queens, but what do I know? But yeah, man, dope event. Can't wait to see some of the matchups again when it drops on the app. If you don't have the app, go get the app gang and all that good stuff. And that's my time, man. I want to say, thank y'all for tuning in. More events coming up and more recaps coming up. All right, so stay tuned here. Subscribe to the channel if you feel like it, and if not, see you somewhere else. All right, I'm gone. As always, keep it battle rap. Love.